Yeah, I think another component that really takes movies to another level, and I don't think really comedies have this all that much, and maybe they kind of do, but it's on a very lower end point of it. But I would say tension. When you have tension in a movie between two opposing odds.
Tension, or am I putting you on the spot?
You are putting me on the spot, but
Okay.
I could think of something. For example, Shutter Island.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that movie to this date, I think you could recommend that movie today to anyone else, and the majority of people would love that movie.
Guess what?
You've never watched it, or you didn't like it.
No, I watched Shutter Island, but I was going to say you people has awkward tension in it.
Awkward tension? Yeah, it's good.
But no, it's not like Shutter Island tension. It's not like that.
No. But there are different types of tensions, and those types, those I feel like it adds another component to movies. Like you can have like family bickering tension. You can have like rival tension.
Yes.
But in Shutter Island, that's a more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
But it's so like I remember showing my ex and her mom this movie because both had never watched it, which is insane because her mom was like, at the time she was like 54, 55. And I'm like, you've never watched Shutter Island? It was like 2006 ish.
Was Shutter Island that long ago?
Maybe it was more recent, like 2010.
I feel like it was 2010, but
yeah. I might be wrong. 2006 might be wrong. 2010 might be more accurate.
Not that it really matters, but I just needed to know I have a better grasp on time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's moments where like I constantly am like, the movie released here, and then it actually released like way sooner than I thought.
That's funny.
Shutter Island.
Yeah, it came out 2010.
2010. Yep. Okay. Second try was my second.
Big box office success, by the way. Not that I care, but
no,
I just didn't realize.
How much money did it make? Does it tell you?
300 million in 2010.
Which by today's standards is probably like
low budget compared to today's movies.
That was a low budget movie. Well, I mean compared to today.
80 million for Leo movie with Scorsese.
Dude, that's insane. Like they made a very compelling movie. Compelling movie in the time frame that it released, in the amount of time or runtime that it had, and it had so much tension in it. Like those are the types of movies that I feel like really, really land. And I think, Jordan Peele's movies kind of capture that same type of essence of Shutter Island, where like you piece everything together. But I think that's what is part of what makes a compelling movie. And I think you could do it in a short form, but you have to do it right. And what I mean by that is if you have to piece together everything, but you spread it out in a way where like the audience is figuring things out as they're going, but the ending comes and it clarifies some things, but it's still unclear and it leaves it up for the audience interpretation. That is what really hits. And I've noticed a lot of movies that do that, and you can't do this for every movie because it just gets repetitive and you can expect it. But for a lot of movies that do that, they end up doing very, very well. Shutter Island, great movie. I showed both of them this movie, and they were like, they didn't get the ending. They're like, I had watched it, like that was like my third time watching it, and they were like, "Oh, we don't get the ending. The ending's dumb." And then they looked.
They called it dumb.
Yeah, and then they looked into it, or I think they called it dumb. And then they looked into it, and they're like, actually, that's really, really good, because they were confused. Spoiler: if you haven't watched Shutter Island by now, actually, there's no spoiler alert for this movie, because if you haven't watched this movie already, it's been 15 years, so you've had plenty of time. But basically, like, you get scenes of where his wife, he finds his wife drowning their two children in the lake.
Yes.
But like, there's periods throughout the movie where you get glimpses of that, but you don't, it doesn't really make any sense. Like you're like, I don't really know what this is trying to tell me, and you're trying to figure it out the entire way.
It was like something about their state of mind or something, right?
Yeah. So Leonardo DiCaprio, so when he gets to the end, basically this whole ruse of like him trying to figure out where this like mask killer is and everything like that. The
Mm-hmm.
ending, he gets to this lighthouse. He's like, I'm telling you, there's something up with this lighthouse. There's something up with this lighthouse. He ends up getting the lighthouse, and it's the same psychiatrist that he's been working with because he's in an insane asylum. He gets the same psychiatrist that he's been working with for the past like year and a half, 2 years, because every time Leonardo DiCaprio gets close to like putting the pieces of his mind back together, he relapses. And so like this is the furthest he's gone. He's gone to the lighthouse like twice, and this is his second or third time. So he gets to the lighthouse, and like the guy's asking the question, and at this point he's mainly in denial. Leonardo DiCaprio, that is, but that's because he refuses to accept that of the realization of his wife killing his 2 kids, and then him having to kill his wife as a repercussion of that. So that's the big twist. But at the end, they do a procedure on him, and you can't really tell if he relapsed or not. And it leaves it open ended, because you're like, did he actually relapse, or does he actually know what is going on?
It's kind of like how Inception ended, and we don't know if he was in a dream or not.
Right. Yeah. I think when you have that level of layering, it that tension, it just really makes a compelling story. I think you can do that for a short form film, but you wouldn't necessarily do that for a comedy movie, because I feel like it wouldn't really fit the theme.
That's a good point. I never thought of that. I'm going to Google that real quick.
And then I feel like you could do it for horror. Horror definitely could work.
Yeah, for sure. Horror is the master of that.
But they don't do it. It makes me so bad, because I love horror. I really do. And I want horror movies to be good. I want them to be like really, really good, like they used to be back in the day, where people would actually go there and like tell you, oh dude, you have to go watch this scary movie. But they're never really like that. Not anymore, at least.
So apparently The Big Lebowski had a open-ended ending. I didn't watch that though.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I'm going to add that to my list, because that seems to be a big deal.
The Big Lebowski.
I've always heard about it. I don't even know what it's about.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely an older movie, because it has John Goodman in it.
It does, because now that you say that, I think I've seen clips of it, or I don't know.
And it has Steve Buscemi in it.
There we go.
We just talked about
full circle.
Yeah, that's so funny. I wonder, but that was a comedy, right?
It is considered a comedy. Is it really a comedy? Don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I'm looking it up, and it doesn't even have the genre on it. And it's rated. It's not telling me. It's rated R. Is that a comedy? It's about to be watch me walk into a thing. It's a comedy. It's a drama.
It's a drama comedy, which I mean,
you are showing your age.
Yeah. But you can also use, we'll make this a quick point, but you could also use beginnings as like hooks. Yeah. Into like drawing people in, and investing into the story for like a short form film. There's a movie I watched recently called Oddity. It was more like a European movie, like a UK movie.
I didn't know you got into that.
Well, it was mainly British actors. So, but like it started off really, really strong. Really strong.
Irish actors.
And it died. Well, yeah, that just goes to show how versed I am with
Well, they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
You weren't far off.
Yeah. But the way it starts off, it starts off so strong. Like it has tons of suspense. You're like, and it gives you this sense of dread or tension, and you're like, and then it ends, and then it kind of goes into the next chapter or point of the movie. It's only like an hour and a half or something like that. At that point, the movie ends up dying down. There's like over halfway, the special effects kind of get in the way of like the movie being good. And it also runs into the same issue where it's only really at 2 locations. It only shows you 2 locations.
Well, it is an independent film.
Yeah. For an independent film, I would say they did well.
Yeah.
I would imagine they ran out of budget. Budget is a huge component to
Yeah,
that.
because
Depends
it's a
how
South
long.
by Southwest movie.
Yeah. I would say like the first 30-40 minutes of it, very, very good. And then after that, it kind of just tapers off. It loses momentum is probably what I would use for that, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually reading the director's Wikipedia and it's talking about how Irish film director and screenwriter. He was best known for his low-budget psychological horror feature film. So they're openly acknowledging that he's working what he has.
Yeah, he definitely nailed the beginning. But I think if you can keep that momentum going throughout the rest of the movie, keep viewers intrigued at the beginning, hook them, and then just really flesh out the middle and then land the ending. I make it sound so simple. It's not. Writing movies and stories is very hard. It's really hard. Compelling stories.
I agree.
Yeah. Could I do it? No. Could I pick apart like a horror movie and like, okay, just add X, Y, and Z and like it could be better?
You could be a producer?
Maybe.
That's what producing is.
Oh, just
more like guidance. Like, I think this is what we need to do here.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that.
Yeah. I feel like, you know what? New stage of life. Justin from the LeisureHub podcast becomes producer. Every movie called classic. I doubt it.
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Maybe one day we can make it happen.
Yeah, maybe. One of us has to get bigger first. I think you're closer than I am.
Oh, here you go. Give me too much credit again.
I have to. I want to circle back to the very beginning.
Sure.
Of this podcast. We were talking a little bit about attention span, and that is we don't have to talk about it super long just because we've kind of already touched a lot of it.
Yes,
but attention span also kills a lot of the vision for movies. I feel like nowadays it's directors and producers are accounting for the lack of attention span. They're like, they can, but we don't want to prioritize making long form video or movies because people aren't just they're going to lose interest because they're going to be on their phone. They're not going to be paying attention.
I see.
I mean, you have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and those are all short form media content, and that's what people are used to. I can't tell you enough of how many people recently that I've talked to, and that like they don't watch movies because they'll just be on their phone the entire time. I'm like, how do you do that? How?
That's a thing.
What's that?
I said, no, I'm agreeing with you. That's really a thing.
Yeah, and I this is no judgment, but it's just like it's kind of,
you don't relate to that.
Yeah, it's so sad because it's like I can't comprehend how somebody couldn't sit there and watch a movie. I can see some movies because they're not interesting. I get that, but to not be interested in watching movies at all, to the point where you would just be on your, like if you're in a room with 4 friends, that one friend is sitting on their phone watching or on their phone the entire time. That is insane to me.
So
it's crazy.
No, I agree. I think overall, when you're watching movies at home, you feel more free.
Yeah, so I agree.
The attachment to the cell phone is just a wild extension of that freedom.
Right.
Because you're less likely to do that in the theaters.
People do it. I think that is...
No, they do it, but it's not the whole theater doing it. It's
True.
A couple crazy people.
Yeah.
But 90% of that theater knows no phone.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like at that point, it's more of like a sign of like consideration for the people around you.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's still a shared community experience that we have.
Right.
But to your point about, I don't think the directors are catering to that fact in the exact way you said. I think they are in a way, though. I just don't think it matters. So I don't think they're thinking of millennials who are on their phones all the time, because first of all, in a lot of ways, these movies are for millennials, like the Marvel movies, the John Wicks. Yeah. That's for us.
Yeah.
So it's either millennials or kids. There's not many like adult movies. We are adults. Our parents' generation movies.
Yeah.
Like they had to latch onto what we're into or what their grandkids are into.
Yeah.
So, in kids, there's a lot of kid movies still happening, like the
True.
Disney movies. I think the response to short form and cell phones taking up our attention is the kind of movies that are being made.
Right. I,
So all
I
the Disney, all the Marvel.
yeah. I think it could. It's a factor that they may include into it when they're writing the movie. I think they may factor it in, but I don't think it's like the whole thing. You
No,
know?
at least not that I could think of, but
Yeah.
I think it's probably, I don't think, yeah, I just can't think of how big of a factor it is.
Right. Because I mean, I would imagine it's big enough that it's not the primary focus, but I would say if Microsoft and Sony are concerned not about like their competition in terms of like the Steam machine, I think they might be a little concerned about that. But
They should be.
Microsoft made a statement about being concerned about TikTok. And
That's a real thing.
well, no, I agree. But that's what I'm saying is like if those companies are concerned about competing attention because they're really just competing for attention. In
Yes.
between like a cutscene or a game, people are going on their phones nowadays to like, scroll on Instagram or scroll on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I would imagine if that industry is concerned about it, I would imagine that movies where their primary focus is media, I would imagine that they are concerned to a similar level.
Yes, I think the difference is in a lot of ways, video games are more expensive than movies.
Yeah.
On average,
it
probably.
depends. Like
it depends because there's different tiers. Just like anything creative, there's different tiers.
Yeah.
But I guess that was a general statement that could be nitpicked.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of social media can actually turn some people into creators in that way, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some people just release there's independent filmmakers that just release on TikTok and YouTube now.
Right.
And I think that's where, like, some people just get plucked from YouTube and become directors. Like, they're like, oh, this is what you did with this. I want to see what you're going to do with this budget.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Michael Bay was found, obviously this is pre-YouTuber. Michael Bay was found because he made special effects out of like styrofoam or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, he made it look like a rocket was exploding and he had like no budget.
That's super cool.
Yeah. It was something along those lines. I don't remember the exact story, but I think TikTok could supplement that. Now it's still a little dangerous because a lot of creators need the boredom to create.
Right.
You can't create if you're overstimulated like that.
Yeah.
But that's a study that needs to be studied more. But I think that is a thing somewhere.
Yeah. I would imagine. I mean, I can see it this way, right? Like the desire for entertainment is or media in general is higher than it's ever been. Like, and
think it's higher?
Yeah. I mean, you have Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix. I'm blanking on others.
YouTube, Peacock, Plus,
HBO Max.
Yeah.
All of these streaming platforms are competing for your attention. But now because of that, there's like double or quadruple the amount of content that they're pumping out. So they have to keep
YouTube and TikTok.
Exactly. And they have to keep producing more and more content because also consumers are so hungry for that entertainment that they watch the one thing and they're like, okay, I want the next one already.
Oh, okay. When you put it that way, yes. See, I looked at it a little differently.
Yeah.
I think your way is actually more right than my way. But the way I looked at it was, we're not hungry the way we think we are. I think sometimes I think we're hungry. We think we're hungry. So there's a theory that because we're in America, obviously this was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of us confuse hunger with thirst.
Correct.
Have you ever heard about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because any little feeling we have, we think that's hunger, but
Mhm.
you really gotta hydrate because a lot of people eat more than they hydrate.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes I think that's what it is. Like, have you ever got on Netflix and scrolled on the menu for like 30 minutes rather than just putting something on?
Yeah, I've done that, and I've done that also with gaming, like where I'm like, oh, I'm scrolling through my library, I'm like,
You
what
didn't
do I
play a
play?
thing.
And then I spent most of my time in
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So if we're really hungry, wouldn't we just eat?
But we kind of do. It's just we get picky with what we want to eat. It's
That's true.
Yeah.
But then that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, are we really hungry?
Oh, okay.
Because you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
like I'm like we're American hungry. We
Yeah.
know we need to eat. Like our stomach grumble. But
Yeah.
are we hungry?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just like, do you actually want it? Is that what you actually want?
Like because a lot of us don't know real hunger.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. No.
So
no,
I'm
yep.
saying like we have an appetite, but are we hungry? And the thing is, I do think you are correct. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing the psychological thriller thing now. And like, but are we starved? Because when time comes, we come home from work and we're like, all right, I'm gonna hit up Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then you look at the library and you're like, all right, I guess I'll play this. And you don't like the game, you turn it off.
Yeah.
You don't finish the game, you go start a new game.
Yeah.
So
before we even finish the one,
I wanted to get to your TikTok point about you said something about attention.
Attention span. Movies are probably.
Sony is afraid of TikTok.
Sony and Microsoft are afraid of TikTok because they're competing for attention.
So I was to your point about video games. A lot of kids don't starve for video games. It's just Fortnite and TikTok.
Yeah, I would say the younger generation they play one game or like two.
Yeah,
and that's it.
I have a cousin, grown man, out of college.
Yeah,
he only plays TikTok. I mean, that's a TikTok. He only plays Fortnite.
Yeah,
he said that's the best game of all time. I said, how do you know that? He said, well, I get to use Scooby Doo and Superman in the same game. And I said, but you don't play anything else. How do you know?
Wild statement. That's a wild statement.
That was all it was. He said Scooby Doo and what's his name? He was like, you have Scooby Doo and Scream in the same game. Well, Ghostface.
Yeah,
that's all.
Diabolical statement. The best game of all time. That is insane. I mean, that's a separate conversation. I would strongly. I say this even about movies and content in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can appropriately say that something is good or bad without watching it yourself first. And then two, if you are judging it, reviewing it for your own personal review, you can't go off of, oh, well, I like this actor or X, Y, and Z, like your own personal preference. You have to do it from a very general, broad, like, okay, was it written well? Did they deliver in terms of plot and story? Was there character development? Was there character development? Did it have a good ending? Did it X, Y, and Z? I think you have to there's a lot of grading has to go through your mind if you're critiquing a movie, whether you're just saying it's good or bad. You can say just like, oh, like I like a movie because Will Ferrell's in it, and that's fine. Like you can generally just like a movie for that. But I think you need to have a little bit more substance behind like why you like that thing.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah, go for it.
So I always say this to my friend, and he's actually an actor.
Yeah.
I don't think actors can save movies the way writers and producers can save movies.
Not anymore. I would say like if this was like early 2000s to 2012 or 13, I would say depending on who was in the movie actor wise, they could save a movie because people would want to at least from a financial standpoint.
I see what you're saying. No, I mean like critically.
Critically no.
Like an actor can show out in the movie, but if that script is trash, that script is trash.
yeah.
Whereas an actor can be bad in a movie, kind of, but the story can still shine.
Yeah, but I to go on the flip side of that, to be devil's advocate, I would say also an actor can only be as good as the script allows.
That's where I'm going. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like the best example is Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart, he acts like a nut in a lot of his movies.
Yeah,
but there's movies where he's just pretty normal because that director's like, Kevin, we're not going to lay on the floor in this movie.
Yeah,
you're going to go have posture. You're going to do this.
Yeah,
you have to guide the actors for what you want.
Right.
They're going to do their best, but you gotta guide them.
Yeah. And if you because there have been movies where you have like A-list actors and the movie doesn't do well, and it's if you look at the writing, it's like what do you expect them to do with this the script that you gave them?
Right.
It's like if you gave them like a mediocre script, like they can only do so much. They're working in the confines of what you gave them, unless you're allowing for improv,
script, mediocre vision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The improv can help, but
if the director allows for it, which I would assume they do. But again, I've never been on a movie set, so I can't really say.
Listen. You need to start watching some James Gunn videos.
Yeah.
Watch Superman and see how Superman, for it to be a superhero film, it's really a filmy film.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, like to hear James Gunn talk about it, you gotta start listening to his press runs.
Okay.
Because a lot of the YouTube based podcasters interview him, and it's really good stuff.
Interesting. I have to check it out. Definitely have to check it out because I have heard people talk a lot about James Gunn and like his prowess, so to speak.
No, he understands movies. He understands characterization.
Yeah.
He understands writing. He understands music. Because I think he was a writer before a director.
Yeah, I will say we haven't talked about this, and I just want to make a quick point. But music also is a big underrated thing that people do not appreciate more of.
You don't think so?
I don't think people appreciate it enough.
See, I just live in such a movie world, so I don't. Sometimes these things go over my head.
Yeah, because like, I was talking to somebody, and there's like the standard, eerie, like stringy type of effect that they do in horror movies. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do.
That is a classic trope. Like, yes, it's been used for years, but it's ingrained to the point where everybody knows that it's supposed to give you this like something's not right type of feeling.
Yes.
I don't remember. I watched like a documentary or something like that on like people actually creating that type of thing, and I don't remember any details on it, but I do remember they were talking about creating that. But like the sound effects are very important. Sound design is very important, and music is
own job.
Yeah, and like I think if you nail that, I would say horror. If anything, horror does that the best. They usually have very good sound design and very good I wouldn't say the music part, but probably more sound design.
So question. Yeah. Did you watch Sinners?
That's not a scary movie, is it? That's with Michael B. Jordan, right?
Horror was not overly scary, but it's in the horror genre.
Right. That's Michael B. Jordan, right?
Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler is the director.
I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that as like a horror movie. Surprisingly.
But you did watch it though.
I haven't watched it. I missed out on watching, but I can always make time to watch it.
Definitely watch that, and you'll see why it's considered horror, even though it's not pure horror.
Right.
It reminds me of also remember Alfred Hitchcock movies weren't scary, but they were horror.
Yeah, they were more like twisted type of horror. Yeah.
It was more like, are they about to make it out of this?
Yeah.
Because so it's more like that type thing.
Gotcha. Do you think that there should be a balance between like the length of a movie? That like, I guess if you had it doesn't work for every movie, but if you had to give like this is how we fix movies or fix like comedy and horror movies, like do you think there's like a balance between how long the runtime has to be or should be?
It just depends. I think Sinners was considered longer. Let me check. It really depends because you'll see, but Sinners is like two movies in one in a way.
Right.
Sinners was 2 hours 18 minutes.
2 hours. Okay.
So
it's a little longer, yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It's about the vision. It's about how much you genre bend. If you're going to stick to certain tropes, then probably stick to the normal runtimes for your genre.
Yeah.
But Sinners is a little genre bending.
Mhm.
It's very music based. That's the reason I brought it up to begin with.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I forgot, but yeah, it's very music based. It's, Black music and Irish music become a thing in this movie.
Interesting. That's a very interesting combination.
Well, there's a lot of things like going a deep dive one day,
Uh-huh.
like the relationship between people mainly in Ireland and Africans is like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it touches on that a little bit. It even kind of trickles here into American culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting.
I'll have to now. Superman and Sinners are on my list. I mean,
yeah,
obviously,
same app, by the way.
What's that?
They're both on HBO.
But what was the show again?
No, I was saying Sinners and Superman, both on HBO.
Okay. Well, I don't have HBO, but I do have a jailbroken Fire Stick.
That is hilarious. See, I got my HBO in a bundle with Disney Plus.
Oh, I see. Because you have Disney Plus. I never thought that it was worth it for me to get Disney Plus, just because
it's probably not.
The only thing I want Disney Plus for is for the Marvel stuff. That's all I would want it for. And
so what you do is you get Disney Plus and binge it, and then leave it alone.
Yeah, but then I would have to start it and cancel every time. I don't know.
That's the most ADHD thing you've ever said to me.
It's like, oh, well, maybe he is showing some signs of this. I was trying to send you something, but it's not dropping in here. Maybe I can. Let me see. Oh, cool. You can do like a little text preview on here. I didn't know you could do that.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'll send it to you in a text.
Okay.
And I'll put it up on the screen instead.
Okay.
But we've gotten to the end of the podcast. And so there's one thing I always like to do at the end of a podcast for every guest. You've done it before, but let's see if you remember. Let me know when you get that.
I got it.
I'll pop it right there on the screen, and there's like a little bit of music, so you'll hear it in post. Give your hot take on movies. You can do movies, or you can do short form movies in general.
My hot take on movies. I love when you put me on the spot, because unfortunately, to really say something that's not rehearsed. Movies are not in a bad place.
Movies aren't in a bad place.
They're not in a bad place at all.
Okay.
The way we receive them might be different. It's not always tied to capital gains and money. So a lot of comedies still exist that are good. For all my horror friends, they say there's still really good movies that exist. Maybe they're not thrown into the blockbuster conversation, but it's still art. It's still art. It's still good art. So if you want them to do better, you have to support them the way you can, support the artists. But yeah, movies are in a good place, even with the blockbuster takeover that Marvel had and those types of movies. Marvel, DC, they're in a decent place because 300 movies a year still come out. True.
There was an interesting point that my friend made about content in general. And I want to hear your take on this, on his take. It's not a hot take, but he just made a very interesting point. He had said it used to take movies and some series like a year, 2 years to produce something and get it out to market, right? And he's like, now it takes 5+ years in order to release something. He's like, when Game of Thrones released, like it was a year-to-year thing that they did, but then the budget kept getting bigger and etc. He was like, I think COVID messed something up because we never used to have that problem before. It wasn't until after COVID, at least His words, not mine.
We're
That he
we're headed
noticed.
there anyway.
Yeah.
I think COVID sped it up, but we're headed there because streaming is what messed it up, and then COVID messed up the way streaming. It messed up a lot of things, but we're headed there regardless.
Right.
Like that was just more of a corporation thing. We're always headed there.
Right.
I agree with him, and now that you brought that up, I got a better hot take.
Okay, give me your other hot take.
TV is in the worst place.
Yes.
There's a lot of great TV shows, but we're out of the golden age.
Yeah.
Like there's great TV shows, but there's not as many great TV shows.
Yeah.
And the main characters aren't as memorable as they used to be because one, we don't get we don't get shows every year. Like there's only a couple of shows I know that came out every year. Like The Boys is one of them.
Right.
But we don't have enough great TV characters because we always have to wait 2 years for them to come out.
Right.
And the ones that are coming out, they're okay. But, it's just TV's in the worst place. So movies, great place. TV, Netflix, and HBO are the only ones holding it down. Hulu sometimes. Hulu has some bangers.
Yeah, but they have so much that it's sometimes kind of hard to find the heavy hitters. Have you watched Nosferatu?
I didn't watch that yet.
It's a horror movie, but it's not your traditional like ghost. It's obviously a vampire.
Yeah. Well, I know who he is.
Okay, right.
As a character.
Very good.
Because it's like a remake of a remake.
I think it was very good. I think it was, in my opinion, like a solid 8.
See, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You could find good movies. I think good TV is hard to find unless you're on Netflix, and Netflix is algorithm based. So you might not catch a banger unless someone tells you.
Right.
Hulu has the Bear, by the way. So that's fine.
Yeah.
They have some bangers in the past 5 years. They might not drop a banger every year outside the Bear.
Yeah.
So to your friend's point, he is correct. I agree. I agree 100%. TV, worst place. Movies, decent place.
Yeah. I can agree with the TV thing. Movie thing, I would say for the box office, maybe not, but
no,
it's terms
box
of
office, bad place.
Yeah, bad
place.
Yeah, but if you're in general, like in terms of movies on different platforms, I think they're because they're not as long as series. They're less of a commitment than a series is.
And there's a great movie. If you're into a certain genre, you could find a great movie every year. You could find a couple great movies. You just have to know they're out because the way we find movies now is totally different. We don't have commercials. You see them on like TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
So you probably need to be social to find out what movies are good.
Yeah. Well, and then you also have to be around people who actively like pop culture. Like if I was looking for good recommendations, like I would ask you, or I would ask my one friend like John, like he's really big into like pop culture. So like you were like the two people that come to mind if I was like looking for like good movies for recommendations. But outside of that, like I feel like people watch movies just to have something to watch, or watch entertainment just to have something to watch. They don't critique it the way that you or my friends do, or my friend does.
That's true. I think our generation does that a lot less. I think older people take movies a little bit more seriously, like our parents' generation. Yeah. And maybe a little younger. I have no idea how old your parents are, but I'm just guessing.
My mom's 62.
Okay, so she's the same exact age as my mom.
Yeah.
So I would say the people who are, I'm 34, so I would say like 43 and up, they take movies to be a little bit more seriously on average. Right. Obviously, you can't talk about a whole generation, but
yeah. I think I mean, I'll just speak for my mom, but like I don't think she evaluates movies the way I do. Like I'm like sitting there thinking about
your pop culture guy. It's kind of your job.
Yeah, that's true. Key. Yeah. So,
and again, my mom doesn't know anything about movies either, but I'm saying like I run to a lot of people in her generation who don't even care about content. Right. They just really dig into movies.
Right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we got to all the points. We got the hot take. We got all these other points. I mean, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, give or take, I think that was I honestly could just be on here for another hour and just like keep talking.
Yeah.
Because there's just
So,
so
question:
much. Yeah,
Are you going to drop it all in one, or are you going to cut it in half?
that's a good point. I think I might cut it in half because what I typically do anyway is like I create 2 podcast episodes per person that I record with, but I didn't
Oh, that's cool.
know how much time you had, so I was like, well, I'll only write one, and I know like Derrick and I can usually talk for a hot minute, so so I'm just like, we'll see. But then the beginning of this, we kind of just like freeballed it and talked about whatever. So I'll probably
use that as his own thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll just release it into 2 separate things. Like part 1, part 2, more like. Yeah. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of the LeisureHub Podcast. I've been your host. This has been Derrick, Avatar.Slang. Is there anything you would want to like drop for the audience, drop for the people?
Follow me on everything.
Don't follow.
Avatar.Slang.
Don't follow.
Yeah, I might annoy you with hot takes. Actually, I don't think I do hot takes, but I'll give y'all takes.
Yeah. 100% follow his Instagram. You have Threads too, right? Do you post a lot on there?
Yeah. I'm on Instagram, Threads, TikTok mostly. You could search me on anything.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be there.
Yeah.
You